Nicki Minaj's paranoia has gone so deep and so far. What it really is she feels threatened by Cardi B. And you know how Nicki Minaj's fan base is. They like to be loud, wrong, and ghetto all at the same time. I don't care what y'all say. I know exactly what I just saw. And Nicki Minaj started that whole entire thing. She started that whole entire Twitter argument. And here she is constantly retweeting how great and how amazing she is. It's really like she's trying to convince herself that that's true. And I'm not even saying that it's not, but it's just like it gets to a point. Cardi is sitting here having her album roll out and trying to enjoy the fact that she just released her sophomore album. And here Nicki Minaj go getting on Twitter and just starts going in on her, throwing shots her direction, and it gets ugly. Like I'm scrolling through and they're talking about each other's kids at a point, calling each other's kids all type of names. It just gets really, really ugly. And I don't care what y'all say, Nicki Minaj started it unnecessarily. She started it, and she likes to start her own problems and then pretend that everybody is coming at her, and it's just not true. I'm looking at what I'm looking at. And you know what it really is? If we get into it, you know what it really is? It's really resentment that Nicki Minaj feels to the entire industry for the fact that she has not gotten a Grammy yet. And I understand her frustration at all of these things that she broke barriers in female rap, and now she's being compared to the people that she broke barriers for. I understand all of that. I get that. I understand that. But you're not going to see someone like Beyonce sitting up here arguing back and forth on Twitter with SZA. Like, come on now. Like, are you a legend or not? Are you one of the people in the mud struggling to get to the top and build their legacy, or do you already have a legacy? Because at this point, I'm trying to figure out who you're trying to convince. Like, it was embarrassing. It's embarrassing. It's beneath her. It's beneath her, is what I will say. But you know what it really is she feels threatened by Cardi B. And I don't even know why. Cardi B doesn't even have half the catalog that Nicki Minaj has, and she feels threatened by her. So Cardi B is just crashing out at this point. I mean, I'm talking long paragraphs. Nicki Minaj is trolling, and you know how Nicki Minaj's fan base is. They like to be loud, wrong, and ghetto all at the same time. Yeah, it was just ugly to sit up there and see on Twitter. And then, you know, Nicki Minaj's paranoia has gone so deep and so far that the whole entire industry is against her, that she's turning it into a self-fulfilling prophecy. Like, if y'all was paying attention, y'all probably saw Rock Nation getting around a lot in that conversation between Cardi B and Nicki Minaj. And you were seeing the Jay-Z memes with him with a wig on looking like Cardi B, and you were probably wondering what exactly that was about. What is the scoop on that? Why does she keep bringing up Jay-Z and Rock Nation in this conversation? What does she have a specific issue with them? Then you got Cardi B that gets on and asks the same question. She says, "Why do you keep on saying Rock Nation? That's not my label." But Cardi, you know why she's saying that. You know why she's saying that. The company that manages Cardi B is Rock Nation. Jay-Z's group manages Cardi B. A lot of her stuff, a lot of her appearances, they manage her. And what Nicki Minaj is basically saying is that Cardi B, when you see those pictures of Jay-Z with Cardi B's wig on, Nicki Minaj feels like Jay-Z and Rock Nation is boosting Cardi B up placing her sort of like an industry plant to challenge and bring down Nicki Minaj. Now, in reality, Cardi B knows that she works with Rock Nation. She knows why Nicki Minaj is bringing up Rock Nation in this conversation. But you know what, Nicki? Sometimes it's not a conspiracy against you, and it's just business. It just made sense for her to choose them as managing partners. And it's not a conspiracy against you or some big plot to take you down. But that's what paranoia, resentment, and feeling threatened, all that combination, all at one, that's what it breeds. Is a whole bunch of paranoia and conspiracy theories where she thinks that the whole entire industry is out to get her specifically, and that she's hanging on to the threat of her fans. Like she's writing her own script at this point. But I'm gonna tell you this, it's damaging to her legacy. And I'm surprised to see it come from her, to be honest with you. Because do y'all remember when she was coming up and Lil Kim was trying to give her a hard time? Now she looked bitter like Lil Kim. And I'm just being honest with you. And what's crazy is Lil Kim, even though it was wrong, you could understand why she felt threatened. It was very, very clear early on that Nicki Minaj's career was about to achieve things that Lil Kim could never even dream of achieving. So even though it was wrong and everybody felt like it was wrong at the time, you could understand looking back why she felt threatened. But with Cardi B and Nicki Minaj has no reason to feel threatened. Nicki Minaj broke a whole bunch of barriers in female rap and had longevity and became a global popular rap icon as a female. Cardi's catalog hasn't even improved the longevity of Nicki Minaj's to even be compared to it. But she feels threatened for some reason. So I will say this, you really can't tell these people, the Barbs, anything about it, because they were, Nicki Minaj was throwing out the fact that she felt that Cardi B's numbers were inflated and adjusted. And then right during that argument, it turns out that they had to readjust Cardi B's album sales numbers down from what they originally had said that it was. It wasn't nothing major. I know Nicki Minaj was blowing that up. Basically, they had confused the numbers of the pure album sales, like not how many people were streaming the album online, but how many people went and bought a physical copy of the album. They had overestimated that number by a decent amount, but the amount of pure album sales, like how many people go in and buy a physical copy from the store or order it online, compared to how many people hear the album by streaming it through Apple Music, Spotify, those numbers don't even compare. So it makes up such a small portion of the numbers, anyways. It didn't drastically change the actual numbers overall. Cardi B's album still performed pretty well overall. And at the end of the day, Nicki Minaj is just going to have to live with that. But I will say that this does make me more excited to hear Nicki Minaj's new album that's coming out, because it sounds like she's going to be giving a lot of her perspective on what's been going on in the industry and what it meant for her rap career. But tell me, what do y'all think about this? Did y'all think what were y'all? Were y'all team Nicki Minaj or were y'all team Cardi B? Did you feel like Nicki was coming at her for no reason and Nicki Minaj was just being bitter and resentful? Or did you feel like she had a reason and that Cardi B is an industry plant? Let me know what you thought.